application of Gauss theorem, and it is the last application. Derivation of Coulombian force by Gauss theorem. Suppose charge plus q is kept at point O. Therefore, what happens? Electric lines of forces will emerge out along all possible directions: upward, downward, leftward, rightward, inward, perpendicularly. And if we join all those points which are present at distance r, then we get a spherical Gaussian surface. Correct? Suppose here it is plus q charge. The electric lines of force will emerge out upward, downward, leftward, rightward, and if we join all those points which are present at distance r, then the shape of Coulombian surface will be spherical. Correct? Suppose this point is P. Now we take a very small segment of area ds, and this area vector ds is perpendicular to the surface. And since it is positively charged, so electric lines of forces are also perpendicular to the surface of this Gaussian surface. So at point P, E and ds both are parallel. Here E is parallel to ds, therefore theta is equal to 0. So what is the value of flux that linked with this small segment? And it is d phi E is equal to E ds cos 0, that is EDS. So what is the total flux which is linked with whole spherical Gaussian surface? For this purpose, we will integrate it, that is integration of d phi E is equal to E integration of ds. It is phi E is equal to E, and surface area of this spherical Gaussian surface, it is 4 pi r square. But by Gauss theorem, as you know, phi E is equal to net charge enclosed inside the Gaussian surface by epsilon 0, that is q by epsilon 0. It is equal to E into 4 pi r square. Therefore, intensity at point P is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q by r square. Now we take a test charge q dash, suppose, and it is kept at point P. Then what is the force experienced by this test charge which is kept at point P? And it is force is equal to q dash into E. Charge which is kept at that point into intensity of electric field, and which is already known now. So F is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q dash by r square, and it is Coulombian force. So in this way we can derive expression for the Coulombian force with the help of Gauss theorem. Here on more terminology which is this chapter, that is called electrostatic shielding. Electrostatic shielding. Suppose we have a conducting plate, or we can say metallic plate, and there is a small cavity present on its surface, and when charge plus q is given to it, then this charge gets distributed throughout its surface, but at the cavity no any charge is present. Therefore electric field intensity at the cavity is equal to 0. Means electric field intensity at the cavity that present on the surface of charge conductor is 0. Correct? So what is electrostatic shielding now? The vanishing, V-A-N-I-S-H-I-L, the vanishing of electric field due to presence of cavity on the surface of conductor called electrostatic shielding. What are the application of electrostatic shielding? Suppose it is your car. Suppose it is car, clear, and you are here, and the window of the car is closed. The window of car is closed. So during thunder and lightning, suppose if charge is present on the surface of car, but if the window of the car is closed, so inner space of the car will act as cavity, and here no any charge is present. So electric field intensity inside the car is 0. So you will remain safe due to an electric shock. So it is the application of electrostatic shielding. Okay, thank you. Dielectrics. Dielectric are the substance which are bad conductor in normal condition, which are not the good conductor in normal condition. But if they are kept in a strong electric field, then they show the influence of electric field. Such as paper. Suppose if we have two metallic sphere and air gap in between them is very small, and if these two metallic sphere connected with a high voltage battery, so what happen? The intensity of electric field in between the sphere is very high, and if we kept a small piece of paper, then what happens? This small piece of paper start vibrating, and which is an indication of strong electric field in between the spheres. So paper may supposed as dielectric, because in normal condition paper is the bad conductor of electricity, and when this paper kept in strong electric field, then it start vibrating, and which is an indication of strong electric field. It means the paper may supposed as dielectric. Similarly, dielectrics it is of two types. One is called polar and other is called non-polar. So let's see about polar dielectric. Negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. Polar dielectrics are those dielectrics in which the positive and negative charge center of each molecule or each atom are not coinciding, but in absence of electric field, they are arranged in the form of loop. Therefore, net dipole moment of the body is zero. But if this dielectric kept in strong electric field, so what happened? The positive and negative charge center of each molecules get separated and they get aligned along the specific direction. Suppose this is the direction of electric field, so positive charge move along the direction of electric field and negative along opposite direction of electric field. So in this way, each molecules they get aligned in a line, positive towards electric field and negative opposite to electric field, and net dipole moment is not zero. Earlier it was 0, but now not equal to 0. So what are the actual definition of polar dielectric? Dielectric in which positive and negative charge center are separated by a certain dipole moment, a certain distance, and their individual dipole moment is not 0. Their individual dipole moment is not 0, but they, in absence of electric field, they are arranged in the form of loop. Therefore, net dipole moment of the body or system is equal to 0. But if these dielectric are kept in strong electric field, then positive and negative charge center, they get aligned, positive towards electric field and negative opposite to electric field. So net dipole moment of the system is not equal to 0. Clear? So it is polar dielectric, such as water, HCl, Correct? These are H is positive charge center and chlorine is negative. Is that hydrogen positive and oxygen is negative. Means positive and negative charge center, they are separated by a certain distance. So their individual dipole moment is not zero, but their whole dipole moment is zero in absence of electric field, and in presence of electric field, their net dipole moment is also not zero. Similarly, second dipole moment is dielectric is non-polar dielectric. In non-polar dielectric, what happens? Positive and negative charge center are coincide. And if they are coincide, it means their individual dipole moment is zero. Because the distance between positive and negative charge is zero, so their individual dipole moment is zero, as well as resultant dipole moment is also zero in absence of electric field. But if this dielectric kept in strong electric field, so what happen? Their positive and negative charge center, they get separated. Suppose this is the direction of electric field, so positive along the direction of negative field, along the direction of electric field, and negative along opposite direction of electric field. So in this case, resultant dipole moment is not zero, because they aligned along the direction of electric field, so which is not equal to zero. So here, such as oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, etc. So non-polar dielectric means the dielectric in which positive and negative charge center coincide are called non-polar dielectric. In absence of electric field, their individual dipole moment as well as net dipole moment is zero. But in strong electric field, there they get aligned along the direction of electric field. So their individual dipole moment as well as resultant dipole moment both are not zero. So it is polar and non-polar dielectric. Okay, thank you.